Hi everyone, welcome back to Guru's Library. I'm Harsh and today I want to talk about a book that challenged the way I think about the environment and sustainability. So the book is Not the End of the World. So as someone who works with the data professionally, and I have always believed that emotion must be backed by evidence. So this book is that sweet spot. It's not just about emotional or hopeful thing, it's just about data driven, realistic, and surprisingly optimistic kind of a content. So today we are going to discuss about it. So yeah, let's just get started. So when was the last time you read about something related to climate change that didn't leave you anxious or helpless? This book flips that narrative. Hannah Ritchie, a data scientist and environmental researcher at Our World in Data, brings us refreshingly evidence-based perspective on the future of our planet. So this book, Not the End of the World, takes us through key environmental issues. For example, climate change, plastic pollution, food systems, energy use, and uses hard data to show that things are not as bad as they seem. Ritchie isn't saying we are out of danger, but she's showing that progress is real, measurable, and happening faster than we give credit for. So this is all about that book, which you can see and learn about these key issues. So while reading this book, I encountered many great extracts which is mentioned in this book, but there is one quote that really stuck with me. So which is, we often hear the worst case scenario, but rarely we think about the progress we have already done. So this is actually true, and what I really loved about this book is actually there are certain points which I wanted to discuss. Like for example, the number one point is data backed optimism. This was huge for me. Every claim is supported with charts, studies, or historical comparisons. It's a kind of book that makes you pause and rethink the headlines. The second point is tone of urgency without panic. So Ritchie balances hope and responsibility, which is a rare tone in environmental literature. The third point is global perspective. She doesn't just focus on the West. There is a recognition of developing countries, inequalities, and global responsibilities. And the fourth and the last, accepting accessible writing. Like even with all the data, the book never becomes dry or academic. It's engaging, clear, and conversational. So these are some of the great points that actually I think that supports this book, and it's a very nice book to read about. And another quote that that resonated with me was, change is not just possible, it's already underway. We just have to speed it up. So this is something which is mentioned in this book, and I really like this quote. Now, if I have to talk about what could be better, so there are certain points which I feel like there could be somewhere this book would have done great. For example, from the start you will get much more excited to read about different issues, plastic pollution, about energy use and everything. But as this book goes to the climax, to the like when it ends, so there are certain areas where the tone of the language or the conversation or the writing of the language is something where you will not feel that much excited. So I think those are some of the things which as a reader which I see like, okay, these are some of the lines which can hook me or can motivate me to have that kind of excitement. So that I felt like it's very less in the ending. Other thing is that there are certain areas where I feel like overall analysis is something by which we cannot actually judge or we can actually say or comment on that issues. So there are certain instances which I would love to discuss because it's useless to discuss right now because those are very technical things. As a person who is already in the data, so I can understand those things. But yes, it would be something which I would be happy to give it in a note or maybe in an email to the author, like what I felt like these are some of the technical things which I felt that it was weak. So I'll be doing by writing an email to the author. So those are some of the technical points or technical things which I think is a challenge in this book. So yeah, these 2 points are something which I felt that as a professional reader I would have, like it's my responsibility to give such feedback, and I think I'll be doing in some like later days, and that's I wanted to highlight. So if you want to ask me like if you should read this book or not, so I would definitely tell you to go with this book, because this is something which will give you a benchmark, kind of a base where you can understand what are the issues which is going on in this world when it comes to environment and when it comes to sustainability, how the things are, how we were in the past, what type of air pollution, plastic pollution, or whatever whatever the pollution wherever you have much more interest. So you can go ahead, you can see like how the things were in the past and how it is right now, and what can be the projection in the future. So these are some of the things which I wanted to highlight, and I believe every person should read this book. Yes, there are certain technical things which I already said that as a professional reader and a professional in data science and business analytics, so I pointed those things, and I would be happy to discuss about it. If you all want to know more about it, then only I can make a video. But yes, other than that, this book is nice and you can actually read this book. So this is all about good and a small feedback about this book. So yeah, this is all about Not the End of the World by Hannah Ritchie, and in the next video we will talk about something else. For now, you can take this book, you can read it in your remaining days, or maybe you can take it as your summer read. So you can go with that book, and we will meet you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself, and bye bye.